And ladies and gentlemen, just plain viewers and nav geeks alike, welcome aboard the Silkway West Airlines Boeing 747-8 freighter. My name is Zaid Khan, and with me on the flight deck is Ilham Mammadov and Rufat Aliyev, and together we'll be flying you from Baku, Azerbaijan to Hong Kong. The flight time today is estimated to be around 7 hours 10 minutes, and our initial cruise level will be flight level 310, so 31,000 feet. Victor Quebec, Bravo Bravo Mike, no MEL, no CDL, airport is Baku, runway 17, conditions dry, wind 1704 knots, gives the lowest headwind, temperature 10 degrees, QNH 1019, rating optimum, flap 20, 3 packs on, NTS off, and CG actual was 18, so 15 for the interval. Yes. And takeoff weight by ramp weight 422.0 tons. Yes. Okay, in abnormal brief, in the event I decide to reject takeoff for V1 of 151, I will call reject, take control of the plane, close the thrust levers, disconnect the auto throttle, ensure braking, raise the speed brake, and reverse thrust as applicable. If you see inboard or outboard, please call me. If you see the auto brake ICAS message, okay, please call me. Okay. We'll bring the plane to a stop, apply the park brake, take a deep breath, decide what the problem was, and relevant action, and we'll carry that out, informing ATC. At V1, the call is continue, no action below 400 feet, only raise the gear with a positive climb. In this aircraft, by SOP 250 feet, autopilot's available.
Request 571, startup approved, runway 17, QNH 1019, face to south, short push.
Okay, starting 4 and 3.
Roger, 4 and 3.
If I'd start 4 and 3, please.
4 and 3.
So on the 747-8, pulling the start switch automatically starts the motoring schedule, and all I have to do here with auto start is place the fuel control switches to run, and that initiates the rest of the auto start sequence. Neutral, right, neutral, follow me through on the rudder please, full left, center, checked, g'day. Set and take off thrust.
Check.
V1.
Rotate. Point your friend.
Gear up please.
Gear up. Assalamualaikum, Silkway 571.
İyi akşamlar, Turkish 7 Uniform Sierra Back approach, descend altitude 8000 feet, QNH 101 liner.
Descend 8000 feet, QNH 101 liner, Turkish 7 Uniform Sierra, merhaba.
Merhaba.
So for a smooth level off, for passenger comfort.
Yeah.
All the fish we are carrying, the salmon downstairs will be happy. VNAV.
Check.
So, top of climb, minute 46.
46, yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We've just reached cruising altitude. We're about 40 minutes into the flight. And just to give you a wee overview on our progress. So here's Baku in the middle of it all. After departure, we turned to the left towards Turkmenistan, entered Turkmenistan airspace. We flew over Turkmenbashi, and at the moment we're position Bedev, so we'll shortly be switching over to Turkmenbashi East ATC control, and we enter into Tajikistan and continue off to the east, enter Bishkek airspace, which is Kyrgyzstan, and enter China at position Kamut on the border there. And basically the majority of this route actually falls inside of China. And it only really takes us like 2.5–3 hours to get from Baku to the Chinese border, and the rest of the 4–5 hours is over China. China is a huge sector here, you can see. As we hurtle along eastbound, we'll have Urumqi to our left, and we enter this very special airspace here. Yeah, because this airway is established in a valley with very, very high terrain off to the north and south. There's 21,000 feet to the north, 21,000 feet to the south. It can be critical for mainly for two-engine airplanes, but with 4-engine airplanes, basically the requirement is for us to get down to 10,000 feet inside of the valley for oxygen system. But then again, with a freighter airplane with no passengers on board, we have plenty of oxygen, and it's not a huge factor for us in a 4-engine freighter. But there we go. Airlines need special permission to fly on this route because you need some extra equipment like CPDLC and SATCOM capability. But after we pass through this special airspace, we turn south, pass Chengdu, and kink off to the left and head towards Hong Kong. Sort of starting our descent, they tend to descend this a bit early, and passing Guangzhou off to our left. Should be really nice daylight, sunrise, so we'll get nice views, I'm sure. And we enter into Hong Kong airspace at waypoint Sierra, and by that point we'll probably be about 19–20,000 feet. Normally they descend us down to for that point. Passing Macau off to our left and starting the SID for Sierra, and we reckon that we will be landing on runway 07 with the prevailing winds.
So, ladies and gentlemen, one of the questions I always get from friends and colleagues flying passenger airlines is, how do you eat on a freighter plane? And for many passengers, it's actually one of the highlights in a flight. You've already seen our cabin. We have the business class seats, but I think, in my opinion, we have the business class meals to match as well. I'll just give you a little overview of our kitchen here. So normally we get catered what we call a cold tray. And since this is a long haul sector of more than 5 hours, we cater for each crew member 2 meals. And out of Baku, we normally have a sort of Azerbaijani European cuisine here. So you can see some cold cut meats, chicken and beef. Sometimes we get beef tongue, which is quite exotic, and a salad, which is quite tasty. All the crew members on board have a selection of 2 hot meals on this flight. This is beef with potatoes. Each of our pilots can specify their dietary requirements, and in the office they have everyone's meal request on file, and before each flight the request is sent off to our caterer in Baku or an outstation, and the respective meal is loaded for the pilot. And of course, since we're in Azerbaijan, tea is a very big tea drinking country, so we have bergamot tea. I thought it might be in English, sorry. Earl Grey bergamot tea. And I'm from the UK, where we drink tea with milk, but in the rest of the world they drink tea with lemon, so we've got lemon to match as well.
Arrival fuel is 94 tons, so we could go anywhere. We could go back to Baku.
Yeah.
But our nominated alternate is Shenzhen, which is fine with the weather also.
Permission Alpha 007 Alpha.
Groupie Star 4704, information now Bravo. Let's approach runway 07 center. Descent unrestricted, altitude 6,000 feet, QNX 1022. Surprise 5710 established, contact tower 18.2.
Please tower 118.2, Silkway 571, now full established. Tower good morning, Silkway 571, full established, runway 07 center.
Silkway 571 tower, good morning, wind 040 degrees 5 knots, runway 07 center, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 07 center, Silkway 571.
Cathay 208.
Landing checklist complete.
Checklist complete.
23 days Malay. Goodbye.
The time is 1238, Cathay.
And clutch stop checkpoint on profile.
Plus 100.
Checked.
Minimum.
Landing.
Check.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Peter Cup. Clear screen. Knots.
Checked. Alpha 8 is.
Clear right, actually.
Clear left. Park, brake, set, shutdown procedure, please.
Setting takeoff thrust. Thrust reference.
V1.
Rotate.
Right, 874, wind 09 degrees, 6 knots, runway 07 right, clear to land.
238, Southwest 572 runway. Set right, monitor. Pilot, bullet, command. Hong Kong, good morning, Southwest 572, Alto 700, climbing 5000.
GPS 787, setting through 40, clear island to touch runway 07 right.
040, cleared ILS approach 07, all 3 Demi.
Advise Kelly 661
Speed 280 set. Check. After takeoff checklist, please.
Uniform November, Oscar 204, Bishkek Control.
Dear viewers, welcome back to the Boeing 747-8 Silkway West Airlines. I'll give you the last updates, progress about our flight. I think you enjoy our takeoff, departure from sunny Hong Kong. Amazing views of the Hong Kong. And we already 6 hours, 16 minutes in flight, chasing at 34,000 feet. Outside minus 56 degrees, light chop sometimes, the weather is good. If you see outside, the whole area is covering with the clouds. And we already passed the China, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan. Now we are over the Turkmenistan bound to Azerbaijan.
Minimum.
Landing.
Landing.
Maneuver.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brakes up. Reverse green. Acceleration.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear Just Plane viewers and nav geeks alike, welcome aboard the Silkway West Airlines Boeing 747-400 freighter. My name is Zahid Khan. With me, my colleague on the flight deck and good friend Hamid Malikov will fly you together from Baku to Amsterdam. The flight time is estimated to be 4 hours 49 minutes, initially climbing up to 32,000 feet and thereafter step climbing to 34,000 feet.
Start approach runway 17 1025 times 06.
Push and start approach runway 17, Kennedy 1025, Southwest 209. Southwest 209.
Right, 209, wait, I will call you.
Wait for takeoff runway 17, Southwest 209, so.
Ready?
Actual left table 120.8 now.
Transall 123, top table Southwest 209. Flight.
Setting takeoff first.
Check.
The foothills of the mountains and goes into the valley there. Long range cruise. Checked. And back to Vienna. Check. Top of climb. So the city we just approaching now is a west coastal city called Batumi, Georgia. It's actually up and coming. Before COVID, there were a lot of concerts and a lot of sort of music events happening there. Big singers were from Europe and all over coming there for concerts. And it's on the coast, quite nice, beautiful. So we're now over the Black Sea, and well, basically our routing to all destinations west, to all of our European destinations is via Turkey. So now it's a good 2 hours west over Turkey, and basically we kind of hug the coast along the north coast of Turkey over the Black Sea. Just to give you a rundown on what we did. So we took off from Baku, Azerbaijan to the south. The winds were actually favoring runway 35, which would have been better for us, shorter taxi and shorter flight time. However, we tried to ask air traffic control and they were unable due to other traffic arriving. You might have noticed there momentarily we were held on takeoff position, and this is mainly because on runway 16 we would take off on 17. On runway 16 there was a Turkish A321 landing, and so we can't get takeoff clearance until the other traffic touches down safely. So we took off and turned to the right, westerly, follow the standard instrument departure, which ends at Amsterdam, and then we got a direct at some point here to Ideki, which is the FIR border with Georgia, with Tbilisi. We saw some lovely views of the train in the northwest of Azerbaijan, and which you can see here, all of this range. So then we crossed over to Tbilisi, lovely weather. We passed Tbilisi to the south, and we came to this lovely city of Batumi, which is just here, although it's not in the database because the runway is too short. But up-and-coming place for all the party goers. And we entered into Turkish airspace via Sarpi. Got a nice direct routing here, which saved us a few minutes, and another direct routing here towards Lugeb, which is through Sofia airspace, Bulgaria airspace, into Romania, and we're presently over here, over Bucharest. So as you can see here, in our flight planning software, we can see there's some low-level weather here. So there's our progress check. And for those of you who don't know Silkway and Silkway Group, I think we're becoming quite well known in the cargo industry, but for those who are more familiar with passenger airlines, just a quick brief on Silkway. So we are Silkway West Airlines. We're part of the Silkway Group, and our origins are actually decades old now. We started off as Silkway Airlines, which still exists, by the way. It's also part of the Silkway Group. But Silkway Airlines started off in early 2000, so 2001, with the Ilyushin 76 aircraft. And over the years, they've just celebrated 20th anniversary this year. And in approximately 2010, with the wet lease agreement with a major Northwest European cargo carrier, we acquired our first 747-400 cargo aircraft, also on the Silkway Airlines technically, and this major all cargo carrier flew via Baku to Asia in cooperation with Silkway, and then from the same company we acquired 3 Boeing 747-400s in 2010, and basically that's where the story of the Boeing 747 starts for Silkway and for Azerbaijan as a whole. This aircraft we're flying right now, SW888, is the second of the 3 planes, I believe, from Luxembourg back to Baku in the next few days, which hopefully Just Planes will also be on board with. That's SW800, and SW800 was our first 747-400. So we received 3 747-400s, started flying. I'm involved with the story from then, basically. 2010-11, we progressively received these aeroplanes, and then shortly after, we received 2 Boeing 767-300 freighters from Boeing, directly brand new, and so we had for a short period 3 747 freighters and 2 767s. And then, as always, the progress is onwards and upwards. We ordered Boeing 747-8s from Boeing directly, and we started to receive them in 2014. In 2014, within the space of a few weeks, we received 2, was a very nice time, very nice feeling, because the 747-8 was still quite new back then. It is still now, but definitely then. And we progressively over the years, we received 5 Dash 8s, and I'm pleased to say I've been quite involved in this. I mean, anything to do with sort of ordering of planes and receiving planes and delivering planes is always exciting, but especially for the 747, because unfortunately at the time of filming it's determined that Boeing has stopped production of the 747, and the venerable Queen of the Skies will, I think, continue to fly in a cargo configuration for many years. But just this feeling of being part of something that is coming to an end, 50-year history of the 747 and everything, was quite special. So I'm quite lucky in that sense. But the story didn't stop there, because as of March or April this year, we announced another order with Boeing for Boeing 777 freighters, 5 pieces. But of course, as always, things change very fast in Silkway, and things move very fast in Silkway, and 5 may turn into more, but we're due to receive the first 777s in 2023.
What color is alive?
Kilo 48 Victor.
Mach 48 Victor, 18 center view.
18 center, Kilo 48 Victor.
It's probably rolling out. Okay, approach lights.
With 105.
Manual flight. Manual thrust.
India 917, Whiskey 710. Thank you, India 917, continue on Bravo, contact on 1905. 1905, continue Bravo, thanks for landing. Showclass 209, runway 18 center, clear to land, with 1107.
Clear to land, runway 18 center, Silkway 209.
Tower, good day, KL 26 uniform, ILS 18 center.
KL 26 uniform, number 2, 18 center. So.
It's a bit more crosswind now, isn't it?
Tower,
500 feet.
608, super, holding for the Echo 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Amsterdam. We had a runway change at the last moment, which always causes a bit of a challenge, but that's what we're here for. And not so nice conditions in Amsterdam. The weather was kind of in and out on close to the minima, but it was okay with a variable crosswind from the left. And we're happy because we got a closer runway, shorter taxi in, and here we are. So stay tuned for the rest of the series with Silkway West and Just Planes. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our flight. We're flying from Luxembourg today to Baku, Azerbaijan, and the flying time today is going to be 4 hours 18 minutes, and it's going to take us about 44,000 kilos of fuel to get to Baku today. It's a night flight, unfortunately, but we'll do our best to give you the best views we can.
Close landing.
Good day?
Yeah, good day. Yeah.
Set and take off thrust. Oh yes.
Knots, thrust set.
Checked.
V1. Rotate.
So I'm just looking up here on the map. Bombay is just on the other side of Frankfurt, Main. And I can see some cloud cover. So, but otherwise on a completely clear night, it's a beautiful view of Frankfurt Airport, Frankfurt Main Airport and the city.
So you think that we can see them?
No, I can see some cloud cover here just over Frankfurt. What's happening at the moment is we're climbing at a constant indicated airspeed of 328. Now what happens is if you climb at a constant indicated airspeed, with altitude Mach increases. So what happens is, since we've set 328 knots indicated airspeed, and we've told the airplane to transition to 0.84 Mach. This is the Mach we currently have. What the airplane calculates is the current Mach number. But we're climbing at a constant indicated airspeed. So at the point at which 328 knots will cross with 0.84 Mach is the point at which the plane will now transition to 0.84 Mach and climb at a constant Mach number. At high altitude we want to be climbing at a constant Mach number because what happens is with altitude indicated airspeed decreases, and this could be a dangerous situation if you're climbing in a constant indicated airspeed. In extreme situations you could end up stalling the airplane. So now you see here as the altitude is increasing, Mach number is also increasing because it's a function of density, temperature and all that kind of thing. What you'll find here is when we reach 0.84.
26 Park, underground 134.085. Goodbye.
134.085, so Quest 264, have a good night.
Tot kald.
Tot snel.
Damage.
Ryan's request 264, good Naben, out of level 290 and direct to 10 low.
Circle 264, hello again and proceed to Dexit.
Proceed to Dexit, request 264, danke.
Dexit, please, not Brexit.
Okay, Brexit on top.
Execute, please.
Okay, execute.
So as you can see, we've reached 0.84, and now the plane is going to climb at 0.84, and because Mach number decreases with if you fly in a constant Mach number, your indicated airspeed decreases. It gives us better performance for the climb. You'll see the rate of climb will increase.
242 clear.
But a little bit about the airplane we're on today. The plane we're on today is registered 4 Kilo Sierra Whiskey for Silkway, of course, 800, and SW800 is actually our first 747. Not only our first 400 series airplane, but also the very first airplane that Silkway, in fact, the very first 747 in Azerbaijan. And this is the plane really that kicked off the whole operation for Silkway on the 747.
Terrorist nozzle.
Disregard. Keep it on.
Check.
Minimum
Landing.
Check fine.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Speed record. Engine screen.
So that's a great success for us. We're here safely, efficiently, and see you for the next one. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to fly with you.
Thank you.
See you.
So ladies and gentlemen and Just Plane viewers, welcome aboard another flight from today from Baku, Azerbaijan to Mumbai, India. Flying time today 3 hours 43 minutes. We'll be climbing up to 35,000 feet and we should be set up for a nice clear skies all the way to Mumbai and somewhere over Pakistan sunrise for a early morning arrival to Mumbai. Ground flight check. Go ahead. When you are ready, start sequence 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 by 2.
Oh yeah, clear.
Roger, starting 4 and 3.
Roger.
And there's our sister ship. This aircraft sister ship.
Yeah.
Twins. Setting takeoff thrust.
Request 3319, runway 09 clear to land, wind 150 degrees, 02 knots.
Runway 09, clear land, Silkway West 3319.
Okay, going back now.
Roger. $500.
Check.
Approaching minimums.
Check.
Minimums.
Continue landing.
Roger. Check speed.
Connecting.
100.
Check.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Pilot runway 09, number 10, Spice 440.
Reverse green.
Stop.
ladies and gentlemen, we're here in Mumbai. As you can see, offloading is complete. Now we're loading the airplane, and in my pre-flight procedure, it's time for me to do the pre-flight inspection, the walk around as it's called. So join me along as I describe the walk around on the 747-400. So generally we start off at the nose, and normally from here we check the pitot tubes, the ice detector, the angle of attack sensor, and in fact we're also looking at the skin around this area to make sure there are no rips or any dents, because that can disturb the airflow entering the ports. These two babies here are the actuators for the nose wheel steering, and believe it or not, but this simple cable up here is the only thing that's coming down from the cockpit, from the tiller, and those cables and pulley, they are basically directly linked to the tiller that I use upstairs to taxi. So they need to be in good condition. Behind this section here is the weather radar, and if there's any damage or any sort of delamination or paintwork being chipped on the nose, it can give erroneous or false readings to the weather radar. So this is a very important one. And then we come up to our beautiful Pratt & Whitney 4056 engine. Just a general overview of the blades. Make sure there aren't any obvious nicks or damage which has not been inspected by maintenance already.
3320, good morning.
Silkway West 3320, good morning. Behind the landing traffic, line up behind November.
Behind landing traffic, line up runway 09 November, behind Southwest 3320.
November identified, traffic is passed, line of items please.
Good morning, Mr. 684.
I will take weather.
Runway 09, clear for takeoff, Silkway West 3320, heavy, thank you, bye bye.
Ready?
Ready.
Checklists are complete?
Yes, checklist complete.
Okay, let's go. Setting takeoff thrust. Check.
Thrust set.
Checked.
Positive rate.
Clear, please.
Gear.
Flaps up.
Flat, moving up.
09133425.
Transition altitude.
Temperature set standard.
Standard set.
So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give you a little update on our progress. We've made good progress so far. We're well into Iran, and we're just approaching the city of Tehran. It should be a nice view of Tehran today, another metropolis on our route. Regarding our route, so we pretty similar to when we came down. We took off to the west over the Indian Ocean and sort of followed the coast along towards Pakistan, entered Pakistan airspace. We cut across Pakistan and entered into Iran. We switched that off to make it easier to see. And we entered into Iran and heading northwest over Iran, and we're currently at this point Rovad, where we've switched over to Tehran North frequency.
Alright, and then 260, Alpha Zulu 121.
Silkway West 3320, established ILS 17.
Silkway West 3320, tower 192, Salon.
192, Silkway West 3320, Salon. Baku Tower, Salam Alaikum, Silkway West 3320, heavy established ILS, runway 17.
Silkway West 3320, continue approach, runway 17, distance 6 miles.
Plus 100, checked.
Minimums.
Landing.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse green.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on this round trip, Baku, Mumbai, Baku. We're back in Baku, and we look forward to see you again very, very soon. Thanks to the crew, and thanks to you.